Take several bottles of drinks invisible. With the bottles hidden, the man walks to the cash register, and so as not to arouse suspicion, he buys a single piece of gum from the shelf. With the theft complete, Vincent goes outside, where he tells his son that he will go get the car. Ian remains at the window to keep the illusion active, but suddenly, a group of college students passes by, and one of the young women interacts with the young man, calling him weird. This causes the mutant to lose his concentration, and when she notices that her drinks are no longer in stock, the owner of the establishment confronts the thief. As soon as she sees Vincent driving by, the woman runs to attack him with a hammer, and Ian, furious, orders her to back off. However, the saleswoman is not intimidated and walks toward the young man, who pulls out a gun to defend himself. Realizing that the woman will not back down, Ian shoots, causing her to fall to the ground, and at that moment, it is revealed that the criminal was not armed, but rather making a fake gun with his hand. The young man has extremely powerful psychic abilities, capable of even manipulating the minds of his victims, making them think they have been hurt by him. Noticing that the situation has taken a dangerous turn, Vincent takes his son away from there, and minutes later, a police car arrives at the scene. Desperate, the woman screams that she has been shot, but the police officer says she is fine, and despite being totally confused, the saleswoman orders the man to chase the criminals. Seconds later, Ian and Vincent flee through the city streets while being pursued by the police car, and during the escape, the young man scolds his father for the robberies they are forced to carry out. In order to gain distance, the mutant creates an illusion, making the police officer see the car turning a corner. This causes the man to leave in pursuit of the fake vehicle, and soon after, Ian continues to scold his father, saying that they could simply rob a bank, which would make them rich for the rest of their lives. However, Vincent orders his son not to talk about these things again and tells him that they must always follow his only two rules: don't draw attention to yourselves and don't use your powers against your own family. Upon hearing this, Ian becomes enraged, and in order to end the persecution once and for all, he uses his powers on the police officer, who sees a shower of glass fragments around him. The officer then skids and flips over the road, ending up in the middle of a gas station. As soon as he leaves the car, the man rests while leaning on the structure of the car, which is in perfect condition, and that scene leaves the gas station employee totally confused. Far away, a mysterious woman watches the recordings from several security cameras scattered throughout the city and orders her driver to call her helicopter immediately. The next day, Ian wakes up after a nightmare and meets his father, who gives him a plate of fried eggs as his 18th birthday cake. The pair live in a kind of abandoned ship, so they can keep their distance from the rest of the population. Soon after, the man tries to convince his son to spend the day with him, and shows him a photograph of his deceased mother, saying that he misses the days when they were all together. However, Ian does not want to stay and prepares to leave. Concerned, the man tries to convince his son not to do so, but he does not care and sticks to his decision. So Vincent decides to give Ian his present before he leaves, and the young man just goes to his room, where he hits his wooden training dummy to vent his anger. Despite this, Ian decides to leave the house to enjoy his birthday and jumps out of his bedroom window. Far away, the police officer who fell for the mutant's illusion talks to his barista friend and tells her that when he tried to obtain the security camera recordings from the gas station and convenience store, the owner said that the files had already been confiscated by their colleagues. This conversation catches the attention of one of the establishment's customers, who uses a kind of psychic ability to attack the officer, who falls to the ground already lifeless. Later, a tactical squad prepares to raid Ian's father's boat, who is quickly surrendered by them. The leader then thanks Vincent for deceiving the police, as this allowed them to find the individual known as Perceptor, a mutant with psychic abilities. At that moment, one of the soldiers approaches his boss and reveals that they found Ian wandering around an arcade. Meanwhile, at the city's arcade, the coffee shop customer walks around looking for Ian, and it is then revealed that the man is one of the Perceptors. Noticing that a pair of men have just arrived, the infiltrator acts quickly, and after knocking out one of the criminals, he uses the radio to alert the rest of the squad. The leader then orders all her soldiers to go to the location, and quickly, the Perceptor uses his powers to trick one of them, causing the madman to shoot several people. Soon after, the mutant tries to approach Ian, but ends up being captured, and at the same time, a pair of strangers remove the young man from the scene of the confrontation. Trying to prevent him from being taken away, Perceptor waits until they are in a more open area and confronts his enemies with his martial arts skills. At that moment, the man notices that some virtual reality players are walking through